Hello friends, those back pages here. I hope you're well. I had a friend ask me recently if I ever get bored with collecting. I thought that was a great question. There is no simple answer to that question. But if I were to give a simple answer, it would be one word: no. And why is that? Well, that's because, I talk about having focus being so very important to collecting, but then I also explain that I'm terrible at it, which is true. Collecting, as I've mentioned, and everyone mentions all the time, is a marathon and not a sprint. So you trot along, you collect this, you collect that. You shift lanes, you change directions, you change vehicles. However, whatever analogy you want to use. So it got me to thinking, and, me personally, been struggling lately. Work starting up again. Weather finally getting nice here and there. But I can't wait till the show in Atlantic City. I am more confident that it's going to be amazing than ever. I'm looking forward to picking up some stuff that is cheap in relative terms, and stuff that I don't want to shop for on the internet because it's tough with shipping. I don't want to pay $1 or $2 for a card and then $2 or $3 to ship it. That's just me. I know you can try to add up. You could try Sport Lots and all these other places. And I've tried. And I've sent, like I've always told you guys, send your best offer. If the seller doesn't like it, turn off the best offer option, or decline it and block. Whatever gets you through the night. So, for a couple players, I've really gotten, this year I've talked about it before, but I'm trying to focus on I guess what's best called case hits. And I've shown these before, but this is from 21 Donruss Diamond Kings. This is the long insert. This is the Soto. Very hard, very, very difficult to find these case hits. It's got a canvasy texture to it. It's very well done. It's a great looking card, especially the image on the bottom. I don't know if the artist painted over an existing picture. I would guess so. But these are not easy to find, and it can add to the dauntingness of it. Like, oh, I can't find it. I want to buy it, but I can't find it. I want to buy it, but I can't find it. Here's another one I've shown before from 21 Select Baseball. Lightning strikes with etching. I'm going to give a major thumbs down to Panini for releasing 2022 WWE Prism, and they removed the etching. The 2021 NFL Prism, you heard me correct, 2021 NFL Prism is due out next month, in middle of May now, 2022. It is what it is, and we'll see if they remove the etching. Some other stuff, like just showing different stuff that I've shown before. I was just looking through doing some cleaning up, and I found some just in the in the shifting focus category, you know, I did find my Mbappe Topps Chrome refractor rookie parallel, the wonderful 2018 design. I found these that I had picked up, and you know, probably 2 years ago now, probably 2+ years ago now. I think this numbered to 199 on the back. Shout out to Peeps. I know he's a big fan of the Lou. These are numbered to 150 on the back. Harry Kane, Thomas Mueller green, numbered to 99. I want to say that, you know, the three of these were in one lot. It was probably $10 for the three of them, something like that. Just because, you know, I had talked about the Messi thing before, and just saw something that was super cheap, super shiny, and it didn't make much sense why at the time it was. A couple others haven't shown in a while, but I've had these a long time. The infamous C3PO error, just a great card. I'd wanted to add a Beatles card to my collection, and I went with this 1964 peachy color in a near end 7. I went for centering on this one. It was difficult to find a centered copy, but I mean it's all four of the lads on there, and I just think it's a great looking card. So happy to have that in the collection. At the same time, I wanted an Elvis card, and I went with this 56 Topps Hound Dog card number 26. It's kind of the I prefer, you know, action photos, so I think that this is as in action as Elvis. I mean, he's a lot. This is a large card set, but you know, there's a lot of him standing around, profile pictures. But I figured this is somewhat of a famous. It's a drawing. It's a painting on top of a photo. But if you're gonna go with one Elvis card, I think that was it for me. At least that was it for me. And then I had, again, I've had all these for a very long, from the old days, let's put it that way. When, you know, I think this was $100, this particular slab. Actually, I think it was 120. But, you know, because when I bought it, it just wasn't, you know, and this was like $20. This is the original sticker from '85. And then this is the 2013 Topps Chrome. First Topps Chrome for Garbage Pail Kids. Now, of course, they have Sapphire. But, again, this was like $20 because it's only a 9. And I guess I could talk about that a little bit. But I see a lot of on social media, a lot of people showing their submission reveals and talking about, well, so close, it's only a 9. So give me an effing break. Not everything is gem mint 10. Especially, if it's a 2022 product and you just opened it, it should be gem mint out of the pack. No. If you open enough packs yourself, you'll realize that condition right out of the pack is super iffy. So, I wouldn't say I've gotten disgruntled with grading, because I haven't. But, you know, I've changed my stance a little bit. Like, these were not cheap. Well, actually, this one was still relatively cheap, but this one was not cheap. And they're raw. So I'm trying. I do prefer graded, just because, as many of you know, that it, for the most part, they're all not, all the companies have their problems, but for the most part, you know what you're getting in the mail. Speaking about getting things in the mail, one thing I did want to show while I was looking through my stuff, tickets are all the rage now, ticket stubs. And, this is one of my favorite groups. Magnolia Electric Company, aka Songs Ahaya, aka Jason Molina. He passed away in March 2013, but he left behind a great catalog of music that I still enjoy to this day. And actually, I think one or two of you actually have heard of him, which shocked me, but in a good way, because 99 times out of 100, no one's going to know who that is, and that's fine. I mean, that doesn't make it any better or worse as far as music goes. It is what it is. A lot of musicians over the years aren't really appreciated until they're gone. There's a very famous song by a very famous artist who fits that bill by the name of Nick Drake. He has a song called Fruit Tree, and lyrics are very good. But yeah. So I got some mail to show here, and the first piece is a how I talk about this hobby is about friends, the friends you make, the knowledge you share, the learning you do, and of course the cards. But sometimes the cards can take a back seat, and I haven't been getting much mail lately, but I've been trying my best to I don't know if I guess quality over quantity, especially for modern stuff. I don't really like the term ultra modern, but I'll use it for the I'm going to talk about that with this particular thing I got in the mail when I get to it. But first, I want to say thank you to a couple dear friends of mine who if you don't know somebody's name in this hobby, just call them Mike, and you're going to have a very good shot at that actually being their name. So both these fellows are great individuals in the community, and they're both named Mike. So this card here is courtesy of both Mikes, and I've had this for a while, but I wanted to open it on do the right thing and open it on camera. And you can see it's from Canada, from the great YouTuber, great YouTuber, and his name's Mike, and goes by Canadian Cards on here. If you know, you know. I think there's a letter here, actually. There it is. Gotcha. Payback for your kindness. Cheers. By Canadian Cards. On this Hamilton Hurricanes letterhead there. That's fantastic. That goes right into the YouTube family album. Let's see. That means he might have sent extra stuff. Let's see. Well packaged. Actually arrived here quickly. Oh, the green frog tape is should save that. It's expensive. Like I said, well packaged. So I was happy to add this card to my collection. Yes, I am saving some of this green frog tape because it's pretty. It's green, which is my favorite color. Here we go. Look at this card. I mean, wow. I saw this on video chat, but now seeing this in person, this is incredible. Mario Lemieux O-Pee-Chee rookie in a PSA 2.5. I probably should have dragged out I have a Gretzky O-Pee-Chee rookie in a PSA 1 I should have dragged out, but no need to drag this video on longer. But just look at the eye appeal on that. I mean, of course, it's got the crease in the corner here. It's got bunting on the corners, but it is a 2.5, guys. But, I mean, this, if you look at enough of I've never owned the O-Pee-Chee. I'm fortunate enough to own a PSA 9 of the tops, which I bought 10 years ago. Scary to say that out loud, but 10 years ago. Maybe 9, but 9 or 10. No, I think it was 10. 12 or 13. But, I mean, I off and on, and it's funny because, excuse me, off and on, like back to the do you ever get bored stuff. Off and on, I'll look for something, like, oh, I'd like to add that to my collection, and then look and never see one, and then, you know, go look for something else. So off and on, and over the years, I've tried to pick up an O-Pee-Chee Lemieux that's centered. The lowest, like another friend of mine asked me recently, what do I like to buy? I like to buy the nicest looking card in the lowest graded sign grade possible. Would I buy this raw, this Lemieux? No, I would not. Is there anything wrong with buying this raw? No, there's not. But I just, again, I prefer it this way. As you'll see in a minute, I did buy a raw card I'm going to show. But, so yeah, just look at the centering on that. That's just fantastic. Very underappreciated card right now, Lemieux, 1985 O-Pee-Chee. Speaking of 1985, again, I was perusing eBay, and do not bend. This was, you know, oh, undergraded. The seller, you know, it's the seller's job to say their card is as nice as possible. And whenever a grading company, you know, returns their card with a lower grade than they expected, oh, they screwed me. Oh, the grader had a bad day that day. He didn't get any from his wife the night before, yada yada yada. So I went back and forth with this seller on this. He had it reasonably priced, and oof, I don't like this. But not a good job on the packaging. I think it's in a card saver, and it's in a team bag or something. Anyway, it is. But let's see. This is a 1985 Topps Hulk Hogan card number 1 in an SGC 6.5. Centering could be a little bit better, top to bottom, but left and right's pretty good. You know, he was, oh, undergraded, check it out, type of thing. Back centered, all right. I do own a raw copy of this, but I just wanted I wanted another one. I wanted a graded copy. So I went ahead and picked this one up. You know, 85, 85, 85, 85. Yeah, it's 14 in 85, and what a time it was. Some days I really do miss those days. So happy to have this in the collection. I prefer this one. I think the other one is number 13. It's got a bluish green background. This is card number 1. Traditionally, you try to go with the first. And I know he's in the 82 All-Star set, but that even that is out of reach for myself and most people. But yeah, 85 is not getting any younger, and it is a Topps release. And with Fanatics getting wrestling back in the future, they just wrestled it away. Whoa, that's a terrible pun. They wrestled it away from Panini, so that's good. That I feel that, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But I did pick up a raw card. I made a best offer on this from I think it was a seller with iffy feedback, but sometimes you have to try, and it was not inexpensive. It was a $25 offer. There's a flashback for some of you. Wow. All right. Looks like you put those packing peanuts in there to minimum requirement, but I don't know what that means. But here we have, speaking of collecting something and just shifting, and Topps Chrome Sapphire. This is the Trout 2021 Topps Chrome Sapphire. Centering could be a little bit better top to bottom, but again, it was $25. And so I've got 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and now 21. So to keep my string of collecting Trout Topps Chrome Sapphires alive, I went ahead and picked this up last week. So well after the shine has worn off the new product. I guess that's a bit of a tip for some of you that, this product just came out and it's really great and I want to have it, but this is not a rare card by any chance. It's not numbered. At least it's blue this year. They screwed that up in 2019, but that's another story. Card number 27. Trout's been a bit downed upon in the hobby, at least on social media. Probably the last year or so, or the last 6 months. And so, happy to add this one to the run. It's real shiny. It doesn't have any etching, but that's not a surprise. So happy to add that to the collection. And I guess the main, other than the Lemieux, which I've been trying to get here on the video, on the channel, are the guys of trying to do quality over quantity, and these case hits are, the print run on these very small, especially the DeLong. If the print run on this was 10 or 15, it wouldn't shock me. The print on this probably 25, 30, something like that. Not a whole lot, which I find, especially now, outside of rookie cards. Rookie cards are base cards that are not numbered, and for the most part not numbered, and definitely for the majority are not quote unquote rare or difficult to find. So I've been trying to find a new focus to keep, like I said, keep involved. And I don't know, I thought, this was a good idea. Whether or not it is, I guess, is to be seen, but we'll do this one live on video, and then we'll talk about it. as I make a mess here off camera. I went back and forth with the seller on this one. And here it is. 2018 Topps Chrome Gold Refractor Bryce Harper. I really like the 2018 design. Of course, it's got Soto's rookie, it's got Acuna's rookie, it's got Ohtani's rookie, Glaber, Devers, etc. And that's just, this is numbered to 50 on the back. I don't know if it'll pick it up, 21 and 50. So, it's a parallel to the base card, which looks exactly the same. But, it has some scarcity to it because it is a gold refractor. It's in a PSA 9. So because it's not a 10, it saved me a bunch of money, and that's fine. If this was a 10, I would not buy it. Well, I would not pay the 10 tax for it, but I would buy it if it was the same price as this 9. And the thing with these, there's Gold Wave, there's Ben Baller Gold now, and Rose Gold, and everything else gold. I like gold, so I like, who doesn't? But, this is a, with Fanatics taking over Topps, having Topps continue, hopefully forever, and this is the staple. This is Topps Gold, Topps Chrome Gold Refractor. It's like a staple, like a gold standard, as stupid as that sounds. But, and of course there's no etching on the card, but that's another story. It's got the outlining, you could probably see it there. What I'm trying to say is basically that this is, Bryce Harper now has 10 Topps Chrome base cards in his Major League Topps Chrome base cards in his career. I'm just using Bryce as an example here because it's Bryce in front of you. These are not easy to find. Now especially, this card is 4 years old. At the time I bought this, there was this card and one copy graded, or otherwise actually. There were no raws of this, but since there's only 50 to go around, and that's to say that all the product is open and all 50 have been sent out into the market without going into someone's collection and disappearing, these are not easy to track down. Like I said, at the time I bought this one, and there was this one and one other Topps Chrome Gold Bryce Harper card available, and that was the 2012 rookie. So there's a 2012 and this 2018. There were no 19s, no 17s, 16s, etc. Now, at least for me, part of the problem is that I have to like the photo. So I've been trying to pick up some of the other players, and some of the images are terrible. I just don't like them. I don't like 17 as a whole. I don't think the design is very good. So maybe that is something I need to learn to get over, but it's difficult. I just think these are fantastic. It's Topps Chrome. It's a gold refractor. There are Finest, there are Bowman Chrome, Bowman's Best, which I'm interested in those as well, but if I'm going to pick just one, I would pick the Topps Chrome Gold. And I just happen to think that this particular image is very good. The opinions on Bryce Harper are all over the map. Most of them are negative. But you know, he's going to be 30 in October. He's got quite the resume as far as a career goes. He did win his second MVP last season. He has no championships, but who cares in baseball? You know, I've mentioned it many times that, you know, baseball is a I don't like the term counting sport, but it is. And it's difficult to, you know, I like Wander, I like Witt, I like Julio, I like all these guys that are just starting their career. And I'm not worried about what these guys do this year. You know, if they have a great season this year, that's fantastic. If they don't, it is not the end of the world. You know, get back to me in 5 years. Let me know how they're doing. Then I'll start to worry. You know, when they're 26, 25, 26, 27, then I'll start to worry. Well, then I still won't worry because it's collecting and it's fun. But then I would have some concern, like, all right, maybe this guy's not going to make it. You know, I guess you could kind of put Glaber in that category right now if you had to put someone in that category. But that's, you know, that's a whole nother topic. So, I've been trying to pick up I have one other Topps Chrome gold refractor of a current player on the way. It did not arrive in time for this video. And it's a PSA 8. And I'll show it off probably next episode. It was because it's an 8. It was extremely underpriced in my opinion, and we'll talk more about that next time.